We got, again, this is our SCA mirror matchup. Aurora versus Blacklist. They've gotten, well, 4-0 so far on Blacklist Rivalry. They're waiting for their first win in the recent matchups between them and Aurora. Is this going to be the one, or will Aurora extend their streak to 5 games in a row? Hanskin, what do you think?
Tough call, tough call. I mean, I would say the draft is actually, it's fairly balanced. I wouldn't give a crazy edge to either team. I think it's gonna definitely come down to whoever plays the best today, like tonight. And I would say that Blacklist has looked a little bit sharper, in my opinion. But, you know, we'll see. There's definitely a lot of history here. There might be some mind games involved, you know, cues that you've learned from, like, maybe screaming each other going into this event, things like that.
These guys have certainly seen a lot. You can see the setup. 2 wards, actually, very close together, both for Aurora Gaming. I wondered, so this feels purely for I want that rune and I want this rotation. Is that it?
Yeah, pretty much. Oh, they're gonna go for a kill on 23 here.
Oh, trying for it for sure. They do have the slow, and he's trying to get out of here, but that'll be enough. They get the kill.
Nice,
very well
nice
done.
Yeah, you see the power there of the little shredder. This spell is completely busted right now. I think we're gonna see a lot more of this hero in this tournament. So a good move from Aurora. Blacklist already getting a good start in the game.
What do you take? So he throws out the God's Rebuke just to weaken those waves. He really wants us to push onto the tower of the Monkey King?
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, the closer your wave is to the tower, the harder it is for the monkey to get the stacks, right? Makes sense. Yeah, if you can get the wave in front of the tower, you're going to benefit from like the tower protection aura, and, you know, you're going to be able to farm your braces up easily and, you know, avoid any unnecessary fighting, pretty much.
Is this going to be my typical big offlaner? Go 2 bracers, go a soul ring?
Probably. I would say probably double bracer into face boots.
Ooh, okay.
And then we'll see.
Ooh, Abed. Really taking it to him on Lornov, actually. Early point in the Dragon's Breath, of course. More people have been doing that over the stun, which I've liked a lot.
Yeah, I think the stun can be good, but, you know, to, like, secure a deny on the range creep, something like this. But generally speaking, you're just going to do a lot more in this current patch with DK, because obviously the corrosive damage scales with your passive, and you get more damage from your Q. So I think this is the way to go right now.
Not soon. I mean, this is hard, and this lane isn't going to get really any better for you. At 3 minutes, you can get yourself some raindrops, but other than that, you're just going to take these nukes over and over again.
Yeah, 100%. I think a lot of what it's going to come down to in the top lane is, like, whoever wins the sentry battle, right? Like, if you get those sentries away, at least you can be able to play from Sakuchi, poke them around, you know, try to not go for these big trades, but at the same time, if you try to go, you know, you see where the sentry is placed right now, like, if you try to go D-ward this one, you might just die for it, right? So it's definitely a scary situation.
Yeah, and they're doing well to play around it. You can see Jabs just constantly kiting over towards it. Won't give you the opportunity to get a Sakuchi where he can't see you.
At least I've got the small camp coming up for them this moment, so this is going to give them a bit of breathing room.
Hard for the Weaver right now. I said I love this Weaver here in the carry role. You can build a lot in order to play the game, but when you have a lane like this, it could be hard to get that starting net worth, so you can actually get those items that let you in the game. Yeah,
it is true. I mean, definitely the thing that he has got going for him is that it will get easier at some point once you get those raindrops, like you mentioned. You get to level 5 or 6, you suddenly have time left. Oh, here we go.
This is away from the ward. This is where you're not favored. If they can get this kill on Jabs, it's huge for them. Hey, they get it. Jabs goes down. Januel to pick up the kill on Q. He was going over to help out with the small camp, but instead he just loses his offlaner.
Yeah, really big move there from Blacklist. Like, they see that the Tiny is out of position. Maybe Aurora loses a bit of focus there. They get a kill. That's definitely going to help so much. And that also secures them the Lotus, which otherwise would be really tough. So definitely a bit of lapse of focus there from Aurora.
Yeah. And now Q, I mean, if you get a bit desynced in this lane, it could be really hard for you to play this one out, because both Q and Jabs, if you just try to all-in them, you'll get the kill. But both of them together, that's where that nuke damage really comes out. That lockdown under a sentry. So we'll see if they're able to keep it away. Down here, I mean, this lane is also, as you said, Mars is a playable matchup into the Monkey King. And Gabby, he's doing just fine down here.
Yeah, definitely. Gabby is one of those offlaners that, you know, he's super nerdy about this, you know, re-aggroing the creeps every time to get that extra inch of, like, lane control at any given moment. This is why I believe this is one of the reasons why he's really into, you know, these Mars, Centaur, Timbersaw type of heroes that, you know, just beefing melees. When they do this, it usually enables Tims to make more rotations around the map, and obviously also enables you to remove any potential harass from the enemies.
Dude, really well done there in the mid lane from Abed. Forcing the wave in so that Lornov has to go under and get it, stunning him so he gets the water rune, and now he can even go back bottom if he really wants to get the other one for himself as well. Denying all the charges from that bottle from Lornov.
Yeah, really good job by Abed.
Oh.
Constantly using the stun to try to get some denies.
Right. He's made it look really good here. With both the runes and the denies working very well for him so far.
Look at his build as well. Double point passive, and he goes for the gloves and the belt.
Wow. All in. Oh, Q. Gotta be a bit careful here. It still has the toss. We'll get him close to the tower, but not under. So now Q in a bit of danger. Soul Assumption will do a lot of work, but the deny from Jabs. Nobody kills my support but me.
Really well done. That's actually pretty costly for Blacklist now, that once you don't get a kill. Like, you're gonna have to spend a lot of HP and mana for that, and, you know, Jabs is completely full. He's topped off. He's sitting here. He's got a wave coming in. Everything's great for him right now.
Yeah, no, definitely a turnaround here. It was looking a little bit better, of course, with the range offs on the Weaver, not taking as much nuke damage, but with that missed kill, that was their chance to really stomp the lane, maybe. Instead, all the way back for Jabs.
So we're gonna see the first rotation of the game potentially. Tiny TPing mid to refill Lornov's bottle. That was definitely something that he needed, considering the fact that Abed was able to get both water and right.
Sure.
But I believe it's a bit too early for them to pressure this DK. They probably need a shock ram to bring him down. Maybe if he goes down for a rune, like on the low ground, it's possible, but I doubt Abed will make this sort of mistake.
That's true. He's been pretty solid so far. Jabs in danger, having to TP away from this one, actually. He will get out just in time, but that is forcing him all the way back to base.
Yeah, Blacklist are reading the game really well right now. As soon as they realize that the bottle was refilled mid, they go on the attack top, and at the same time, you see Abed is playing casually, very safely, like not taking any risks, going for a rune, and yeah, I feel like Blacklist, they've done everything correct so far. They're reading the map correctly, and but now we see teams getting attacked. This is probably the end for him, unfortunately.
I'd say so. There's that root, has all the Jingu stacks available, and the neutral deny. No! Even with the toss, they thought they were securing it, but no, yeah, he just, did he clap? I don't think he even clapped.
No, he didn't. It was just like, in the middle of a toss, monkey hitting you, you get that deny. I don't know, neutral.
That's kind of crazy. Looking here, dude, a nice mid matchup so far. And oh, topside, are they going for it? No, okay. I think Weaver should be fine for now. Not a whole lot of danger, but still getting a lot of net out of this lane. Most people are getting up to that 3,000 mark, but the Visage has actually been put so far behind now. This is kind of rough. And oh, Ollie, yo. Okay, so they're both just stealing the runes for each other. No problem there.
But actually going down due to a monkey rotation.
A monkey and a tiny. It's everybody coming down here. They will get it. Lornov about to cut the wave as well to help himself out. Well done so far. Blacklist, they were having a really good time, but Lornov finally using that timber advantage, getting himself that kill.
Also pulling the wave right there to, you know, deny the whole quick wave to the tower. So it definitely sucks for Abed. As I was saying in the pregame, you know, like this is something that Aurora has really worked on a lot, involving 23 more in their games, and as you see here, he's the one that makes the first successful move for them in this game. And yep.
I'm a little surprised that he's still going for the Battlefield as well, since you're saying that you want to get him involved early. Sometimes Monkey Kings, they'll go for that Maelstrom into an early Gleipnir. That'll really help you get involved, but hey, Monkey King and basically Ursa are kind of the only heroes in this patch that you really do enjoy getting them Battle Fury on, since you usually win that lane. And oh, bot side, they brought Natsumi down, going right on the monkey. Oh no, 23. After getting involved in that mid lane kill, going back down and getting murdered by the gating Natsumi.
Once again, all the minus armor stacking from, you know, Tims and Natsumi at this point. it's very deadly for the monkey. And this is probably going to lead for the tower as well, looks like.
Really well done, getting that right away. Before 10 minutes, getting this tower taken down opens up a lot for your team. Weaver can probably just stay down here and farm if he wants. And Gabby, with everything that they want, they have the arena. Maybe we're going to see him a rotation into the mid lane, help out for that tower as well. Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah, Aurora is making a move now. We'll see. Oh, Gabby actually TP's out at the perfect moment.
Yeah, one of them is out, but Tim's still around here on the wave. Surely they will find him rooted up. Toss as well. Now 23 is here, showed himself. Kind of crazy for him, but top side, they even get jabs. So kills all around the map, even losing the birds there. That's kind of disastrous right now for the Visage.
Damn, that's so unfortunate for Aurora. They've been trying really hard to make these moves work, you know, with their supports. And as soon as they go for it, Mars TP's top and uses Arena on the Visage. I think Jabs is not enjoying himself right now. Also,
No,
you know, like, as soon as Gabby picks up the level 6, he just goes for a move instantly, and I think that's a signal. That's like a sign of a really strong player in general. As soon as you get that 6, find a way to use it. You know, it doesn't matter if you lose a wave or two. Like, just make use of it. And now you see teams is gonna get the bottom lane for it, so everything is great for Blacklist.
Yeah, no, so far so good. Even gonna try to get this tower, of course, with Abed. I don't think Aurora have it in them. Currently, with your Visage being so far behind, I don't think this is a fight you can take right now. You got to get him some levels, get him some items before he can really be in these engagements. But he's stepping up. Ooh.
Yeah, Jabs definitely feels like he needs time right now. He doesn't even have the birds anymore since they died from the gank. I mean, he just wants a game where he can chill for like 10 minutes at this point. He definitely wants nothing to do with fighting for at least a couple of minutes.
Right. You can see just how much that like early lane snowballed into this, where Jabs is having just like a really rough time getting anything at all. I'm sure he didn't really want to go for these drums. I feel like this isn't the most optimal thing you can do for the Visage early, but you got to get involved with your team somehow, and you certainly can't wait for, you know, an Orchid or something like that.
Yeah, I think some people, they go for the drums route into a sort of more the auras, and some people have been going for like Orchid, like you mentioned, or like Gleipnir. But I think when you have this sort of game, there's just no way. Like, you have to be the one supporting your team and kind of be the backup guy, not the assassin that you could be.
No, you love that. You get the Orchid, get the Ags, just be all over the map for your team. But instead, yeah, hard time right now, which means a great time for Natsumi. This is the Dream Weaver lane at the moment, where you can pressure that offlaner, get all the lane creeps that you want. And what's he going for? It looks like he will be finishing out that Maelstrom, which for him is going to be quite nice.
Yeah, very good. We did mention earlier that this could potentially be a hard Weaver game. You know, you got the CM, the Tiny, and the Monkey stun to control you as well. But in a game like this, where, you know, look at Tiny's net worth, he's really struggling. It's going to be a few minutes. Okay, he actually tried to TP it there, but cancel. There's going to be a lot of time before Tiny gets a blink, and also if you don't have any towers to play with, just from the sheer amount of space that you have on the map to move around, it's going to be hard to kill you.
Absolutely.
Like, in order to kill him, you're going to have to connect at least both supports and a core, if not more.
I think so many items already look so good for you. Gleipnir, because of all the control that you need versus this team. BKB looks really good. Timber doesn't do any damage to you through that BKB, really. And then same Tiny trying to avatos you. That won't happen. They're jumping in onto the tier 1 tower. They feel fine for now. Jabs surely to fall. And even with the globs from the Snapfire, they have enough. Jabs, rough time for him up here in this off lane. I don't think his team is going to get to help him out anytime soon.
They're still setting up for the fight on Aurora, looks like.
They really want it here, and rip through a ton of the Dragon Knight health already. He gets bounced back just at the last second, and they'll actually take down Lornov. Now 23 is stuck in the center here. The Plague Carrier being bounced all around the rest of the team. They're falling low, yes, but they've already killed the Monkey. A neutral creep actually getting him, and as the Plague keeps shifting over, they'll even take an Ancient stack. They get everything and more from Blacklist Rivalry.
Dude, what an arena from Gabby there. He completely stoned them off so that they couldn't finish Abed, forcing 23 to actually jump in behind and try to finish him off. And then, yeah, Savage is out of position, the Venom is just screwing everybody up, and very clean fight from Blacklist. And on top of that, they also get the Ancient stack. This is looking really, really rough for Aurora, I have to say.
I can't believe the DK lived there. I mean, what, 50 HP on Abed? And as you said, jumped on the backline with the Monkey King, but man, he really doomed himself there.
Yeah. That's also his TP spent, so now he has to do the Walk of Shame out of base, and you don't have your Ancient stack anymore to recover. Like, yeah. You're sort of getting to the territory now as Aurora, where everybody is going to start saying, I need a lane, you know? Like, this Visage needs somewhere to recover. This Tiny is going to need somewhere to get his dagger.
Oh, no.
Still on the Venom.
They should, but he's actually getting away for now. Blocked a lot of the damage with the raindrops, but they will trade support for support. As many of the fights that you've lost, you'll take that trade all day on Aurora, but can you get any more? I mean, currently your triangle is getting taken over by Plague Wards. You've got to try to deward up there in some point, but still, Blacklist, they keep control.
They do, and they also get the mid tower on top of that. They're playing really aggressive right now. Very connected.
This is exactly how you want to use this DK. Even though that lane was a little bit rough for him to start, playing around your team, getting these objectives, that's how you get back in. And Jabs, oh, he wishes he could get back in like that. The kisses are falling. Jabs trying to get away from this one, still burning down, but the rest of the team has come in. This is a tier 2 tower. It should be hard for Blacklist to take this fight on top of you, but instead of getting a kill on Jabs, they get a wisdom rune too. He stops just to pick it up, and Gabby, well, he'll try to get away, but thankfully the rain of ice from Oli will shut him down once. Abed in the backside. This is way too deep, guys. He still should fall after getting the Crystal Maiden, sure. Wanting to get Q as well. Can't even get them. No, the dance is enough. They'll lose Abed, and well, for Aurora, this has been a really good fight for them.
Yeah, this was really good. I mean, maybe a bit overexcited there, going for that deep dive on the Visage. I understand that they wanted to go for the Wisdom Rune and potentially force a fight here. Ultimately, they missed some of the Mortimer kisses, and that's why Jab stayed alive for so long. And then, obviously, Abed overcommits a bit. In the end, they get the Wisdom, and also Aurora is pushed inside like the corner of the map. So it's not the end of the world, but yeah, here you see Jab staying alive for a long time here.
Those jumps really helped out, honestly, to get him into those trees. Without that, surely he falls in the initial jump. I think Abed had to commit into the trees because of that too, so really well done there for the Visage. Even knowing he was going to die, still getting something done for his team.
Yeah, definitely. Jabs is not a player that gets shook easily, so good job by him for sure. Yeah, and then Abed overcommits her a bit, and obviously Weaver has no time left because he had to use it, to finish the Visage off.
Oh no.
Oh, no. Poor Oli.
Poor guy, man. I mean, that's the Crystal Maiden experience after the laning stage. Such a good laner. Really easy to kill, though.
Yeah. Now you got the Gleipnir as well finished, so you can't even do the Frostbite into TP out. Just rough.
Oh, yeah.
Aurora really needs to find ways to combine their spells. Like, play with his Timber, play with his CM on top of the Tiny Dagger, and you need to try to keep control of the map somehow. Oh, they actually smoke on top of him.
We found him, boys! We found him! The smoke got one. Unfortunately, Q, this is his Blink Dagger. This is the timing they wanted to make something happen. This could have been their way back in for the Tiny, but instead it's another kill. Abed picking it up. Oh, just the roughest timing right there for Aurora.
Yeah, definitely. Playing in your big jungle like that with no vision. It looked like they were trying to set up for a smoke on the power rune maybe, but yeah. Blacklist was just more ready this time.
Yeah, that was exactly I think the Blink had arrived on Courier just 15 seconds before. So they wanted to make something happen, thought it could be their way to get some map control, but instead just bullied back into it. You can see just how much Blacklist has control of right now, and they're looking for more. Getting on top of the Timber, it's a nice whirling death. Even with the Monkey King around, they can get the kill on two. So much lockdown, it's a double kill for Lornov, and they're battling Blacklist back. Sure, you lost the Timber, but for 2 kills, a wicked 6 streak on Natsumi as well. Perfectly worth it for Aurora right now, and they may even get another one.
Yeah, they're gonna get this Venom as well, at the least. Maybe they get they get Snapfire as well. Really good job by Q.
Another toss-up right on top of each other. Damn near a team wipe coming in here for Aurora. They've battled themselves back into this game.
Yeah, I mean, Blacklist, I can respect the aggression that they're bringing, but I think their mindset needs to change a bit. If you're attacking heroes on the tier 2, you don't need to have a kill in mind, right? You can just be there to poke, potentially threaten Aurora to use their TPs, respond, but they're playing a bit too committed right now. And this time Aurora was ready once again, and yeah, a couple more of this and Blacklist are gonna lose grip of the game. Look at the net worth now. 23 is he's got his Battle Fury and already close to a BKB. That's a complete game changer.
Absolutely, and I like what you said about the poke here because they both committed way far in for Lornov. The Serena gets set right up in front of them. And they're even gonna lose another one. Okay, so the Venomancer goes down, but the poke, you have a Dragon Knight, you can slow siege towers, you don't have to commit so hard on the tankiest hero sitting in front of the tier 2.
Yeah, or at least if you want to commit hard, then you need to bring everybody, right? You need to be completely sure that this guy is not going to get any spells off here, because at this moment, Timber got every single spell off, and that's just the end of Blacklist.
Another rip backwards. They don't even need the Timber chain through. They'll get the kill. Aurora, this is their map now. They have control. Blacklist, you need to get it together.
Yeah, they're bleeding out. And they're potentially going to give up this mid tower as well. That's definitely going to be the BKB for the Monkey King. 23 Savage, and then next, there might be a Roshan happening soon. Because you've got this Lizard, you got this Monkey with the Fury build, which is definitely okay at killing the Roshan. Jabs is going to have a pipe as well, which is, you know, most of this damage from Dire, I mean, they have some physical and minus armor, sure, but they don't really, they're not at the point where they have all of these. They don't have a Deso, they don't have like a BKB on Avid already. Like, this pipe is going to be so potent. Like, it's going to be so useful. Like, this is going to mean that your CM is getting his second round of spells off, your Tiny is getting his second round of spells off, and you don't have to pop your BKB on the jump from the Monkey King, things like that. So, we'll see if they are able to go for the Roche already. I think it might be risky since it's only 40 seconds, or 45 seconds, till he walks over, you know, to the portal.
Yeah, you could take. I like that they're just taking this tower though, making sure that they siege another objective on the map. Blacklist, they are trying to fight this. Maybe jump through, finding the Monkey King. Yes, and the Arena to pop. He can't pop the BKB just yet. He finally gets it, but they haven't killed him. He's alive on the Monkey, and he can even turn around if he wants to. Q will toss one up, but I think he's gonna give his life for this one. Surely, can they chase down the rest of Aurora here? Backing out with the BKB already on Lorna, trying to TP away. They have to have some physical damage. Do they have it? He TP's out. He's actually alive.
So close. Dude, if it wasn't for the pipe there on Jabs, that's a Monkey King dead, 100%.
That's true. He mitigated so much damage. He didn't get to pop the BKB till like 200 HP was left on the Monkey. But he said still living through that one. Aurora, for everything that you expended, a lot of your first BKB times, so all 9 seconds out. However, Blacklist, they needed to get something going. They still get a tiny kill at least. I don't know. We'll see if they can make something happen, because next objective should be Roche for everybody.
Yeah, it looks like Aurora wants to go, or maybe they're worried about Blacklist doing the Roshan. They're going for the smoke, the bottom side at least.
Yeah, they just got smoked on, so they will be the aggressors. Trying to find. They know that somebody took a Lotus here.
They're going for the Wisdom Rune smoke, I see. Or?
Well, no, I think they just saw somebody take a Lotus, and they're like, let's go kill that guy. But smart moves, just gets away there on the Snapfire, and they are going to go into the Roshan pit. He just got down here. Theoretically, Blacklist, they might be going for, you know, the Tormentor, they might be going for the Wisdom, but they are all TPing in. They have a pretty good idea. They're not on the map.
They're in time, though.
There's only one place they could
might
be.
Not be in time.
I don't know if they have the damage, yeah. Still 25% left. Timber working on. They're going to break the smokes on the Tiny, hoping to keep everybody outside. Roshan, he falls, picks up the Aegis on 23. They're all still pretty healthy. This could still be a rough fight. He jumps down at the very last second. Gabby almost knocked him off the tree, but they don't get it just yet. 23 will wait and see what happens. They're kiting out this Mars Arena very well. And oh no, the Weaver shows himself here. Q will pick him up, toss him away, and the rip-through damage from Lornoff is more than enough. They get the kill. And Aurora, they'll keep this Aegis. They'll keep this advantage, even likely to take down Januel. Oh my, that's some heal. Please don't get another neutral deny. Oh, thank God.
That would be hilarious. Yeah, Aurora has successfully grabbed this, or pulled this game completely back. It's definitely very brave to go for this rush like this, you know, without any particular info or anything. They just use all their mana on Timber and go for it. And in the end, Blacklist sort of stressing out a bit here. You can always see the top replay again.
I mean, this was still pretty important. As you said, the pipe really mitigating a lot. Q even putting his body on the line to make sure, but this is what may have made this a good fight still for Blacklist Rival. You can see how many 9-second BKBs were used. Lornoff just barely getting away. 25 HP for that one. If they get the kill there, that Roche is entirely different. It might not even happen at all if they were still waiting on Lornoff to respawn.
Yeah, 100%. So we'll see what Aurora tries to do with his Aegis. Maybe they're not confident yet to go for the tier 2s, but I would definitely would like to see them smoke or like find a way to do something at least. They're gonna do the Tormentor first, which is obviously, you know, great. Get that shot on the CM.
They must feel very confident with their BKBs right now, because 2 fights in a row, it feels like BKBs have just won them the game. And Blacklist, there's not anything they're getting just yet that is going to change that narrative, right? You're still going to have to find a way to either bait out these BKBs and try another fight, but it's feeling a lot more like Blacklist. They have this hard committal now. You can't just sit and poke at towers, because honestly, there's enough damage now on Aurora. They will just burst whoever is hitting a tower. So that's kind of out of their pockets. You really have to somehow poke, whether that's maybe with Plaguewords trying to find something, or Weaver trying to skate in and out of these fights. It's really hard for him as well.
Yeah, it is. He didn't finish his BKB yet. He's about a recipe away, so that's probably what they're waiting for. And, you know, obviously this Aegis. The game is definitely a bit more... It's not as clear anymore for Blacklist. You you need to really find ways to find clutch jumps. You probably don't want to find this back line, like going for this timber saw or this monkey with Aegis. Of course, it's not really going to be a viable option unless you have everything ready. And yeah, we don't have any deaths, so on Natsumi, something like this. So the Gleipnir is good, but it's not. He's not at a point yet where he can really like punch through these BKBs.
Yeah. No, not at all. It seems like they're going to try to split push for now. Best thing you can do if you're behind like this, try to get some waves out, sit on a side lane, and hope that a cool core shows up that you can kill. Because otherwise, you're certainly not taking a team fight up here. Looks like Aurora did back off the tier 2. I don't think they saw anybody on the map right away, so they were a little bit scared. But they will just fix lanes and go out again, I believe.
They're taking the methodical approach. They're also waiting for this Timbrag on him, which is of course very important. You get that, there's no way in hell you're dying as long as you get the button off. So
yeah. Still just sieging this tower here on 23 feels perfectly safe. And for this Visage, what a comeback. As you said, the pipe doing so much work for them. He's got the bongo boots there to get his team out of these slows as well. A lot of appeal, and I like what they're doing so far for Aurora. If they can keep it up here, the Aegis power play, they haven't actually gotten a ton of net out of it, right?
Yeah, just a tier 2 top, but if you're able to secure the outpost and then capture it, then you're going to be able to suddenly play the whole map. That's where the monkey and tiny are suddenly going to become really scary. Like, you can play everywhere, right, and still have this TP location, so you're basically controlling the whole map if you do it right.
That is a slow orchid from the DK. I feel that since you've seen so many BKBs already out from this, Timber even has a BKB. It's going to be a bit of a hard orchid game, it seems.
Yeah, I mean, at least it gives you attack speed and damage. Like, if you're able to get the stun locks, the damage amp is definitely useful, but I think he's just preparing for the late game at this point. Bloodthorn is one of the better late game items, especially for like strength course. So yeah, I think that's the mindset. Also, he can definitely help killing the tiny or the CM, something like this.
Max ready on 23. They're sieging the high ground. Still have Aegis for 30 seconds. They'll spear up the Monkey King once. Is this enough, though? Do you really want to commit to the full kill? They'll toss back this Weaver. He's able to get out with the time lapse. In the midst of the arena, though, they don't care. Aurora are battling back Blacklist underneath their own arena. They'll still take down Q, so that's one for you. But still Aegis on the Monkey King. They can back out, fight on division if they want, but they've gotten a tower, still haven't lost any cores.
Yeah, a bit messy there. It looked like the Tiny wanted to, or Q wanted to toss out 23 Savage there, but actually Savage already had the shard, so he could do the stun jump through. So again, it just ended up him giving away his own life. But in the end, not too bad. They got a tier 3. That's pretty good use after these 2 tier 2s and a tier 3. Sure, it sucks for the Tiny that he dies, but it's not the end of the world at all.
No, I mean, very important to take down that tower, even if it's the mid tower. Sometimes it feels like mid racks is the least consequential, because no matter what, when you start pushing down lanes, somebody's going to be cutting mid. So still nice to get, but you bet they're going to try to go back for another round if they can here soon.
I mean, first there's going to be the Roshan. That's going to be very, very important. Right now the game is still in, Aurora is for sure favored, but it could go anywhere, right? Depending on what happens in the next Roche fight.
Yeah, there's so much being thrown down. The Monkey King is starting to control a wide area. It feels like the arena it isn't yours anymore.
Yeah, he's also started. He's got the Ags. He's gonna have the crit soon as well. He's gonna start doing so much damage.
Oh my goodness.
You definitely don't want to be next to this guy.
I like the build though on Gabby. I mean, this is the supreme late game build. Since he does have the Soul Ring, you can go for this Blink Hex, and then you can get a refresher. So you're able to refresh your Soul Ring. Otherwise, you literally can't use both hexes in both arenas.
That's true. Maybe you should think about getting the ceremonial robe as well for that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's basically the only way you'll get to kill this Monkey King. And as you said, with DK going for this Orchid, presumably a Bloodthorn eventually going to be finished as well, the only way you're going to get to use that on the Monkey is if you hex him first, because otherwise you'll just pop the BKB and nothing will matter.
Yeah, I definitely think this is the right approach from Gabby. Like, get the hex, get the refresher, like, get as much stun lockdown as you can, so that your Weaver and Tiny can do the damage. Yeah.
It does feel that Monkey King will be public enemy #1 as well. With him out of these fights, the damage is a little bit lacking. There's still a lot on Lornoff, but not quite as much as the Monkey King is handing out at the moment. Plus, again, your arena feels actually free to use as the Mars, so I'll like it here. If they can't get that lockdown, can't get the hex, but they gotta wait a while, and Roshan, it could be up in a minute.
Yeah, definitely. Like you said, they need to go for the Monkey, but the tricky part is, like, what's gonna reveal him, right? What if he just sits in a tree? Sure, if he's hitting Roshan or a tower, but then you'll get him, right? But otherwise, it's not gonna be easy. Like you can potentially cut him down with the arena from the trees, but you don't have like a Zeus or something like this that can scout over cliffs and trees. So they might just have to settle for going for the backline in these fights. Like go for the CM, the Tiny, or the Visage, but we'll see.
Yeah, the Visage might be the one who's sieging the towers as well. I didn't think about that. They really don't have to show the monkey. They can show everybody else. They are smoking up though on Aurora, trying to get an advantage before Roach might spawn here. Jumping forward on Q, Glimmer caped up. They already broke on the smoke. Gonna get on top of the Mars here. Popping the BKB, wants to turn this around slightly, but hasn't given the arena just yet. They could take down Q, but now the jump through. 23 dropping on the Wukongs, but they're able to get onto the high ground for a second here. We were able to kite out as well. That's BKB's down and the arena. Blacklist, they have successfully defended against Aurora. I don't think you can run a high ground anymore.
No, you definitely cannot. Very brave from Q, they're going straight in, but as he just revealed, he's got the full BKB, so that's why Gabby hesitated with Arena, which was definitely the right choice. I mean, both teams having to expend a bunch of important cooldowns, like the BKBs mainly, and the Wukong's Arena.
Yes.
I doubt Roshan will happen before it, though, so probably not going to end up mattering too much. We'll see.
Roshan is up in 10 seconds. The shortest spawn I've seen in a while here, but
there
it
is a
will
full
be
blood
going...
on Abbott as well, so they can kill it really, really fast if they wanted to.
They can. They certainly can. It's going to spawn bottom, it seems. Or I think it's spawned top and now has to walk on bottom, but still, they will be able to get Roshan if they focus on it right now. This was a smoke by Aurora, and they're going to do it again. Don't tempt me. Looks like they don't find anything, though. Jabs leading the charge here with the Visage Birds. Surprised with as much as a vision he's been giving his team. I'm surprised he hasn't tried to go for like the Ags, but I do like the Lotus for an extra dispel as we talk about how important this Bloodthorn will be. The Lotus will be pretty nice. Even if you do end up hexing that Monkey King, you can at least dispel that Bloodthorn if they do put it on him.
Yeah, you could potentially reflect the Van ulti as well if you're really clutch. But
there they are.
Looks like free Roshan for Aurora this time.
Oh, it's gonna roar. Yeah, there's just nobody around. They're too late on this move from Blacklist, and they will eventually watch Roshan fall. Aegis getting picked up by 23. The last time they took a fight down here after Aurora claimed the Aegis, it did not go well. So it seems this time they will just wait, but only for a second. They want to play around their own vision.
Yeah, they need a perfect jump to make this happen. If they don't get it, there's no way they can go for it. So,
what's the perfect jump? Is it Monkey? No, he has Aegis.
No, you can't go for the Monkey. He has Aegis, and also the Timber. You can't. It would have to be like the Visage next to Crystal Maiden or something, or with the Tiny, and you just get like the double spear. But yeah, it's not gonna happen. Aurora playing their formation well here, and looks like we're just gonna move into like a full siege here. I don't see any particular item that they're gonna wait for.
No, none needed. They already have the Aegis to walk up. But we said they didn't want to show the Monkey King, but Monkey King has Aegis now, so it's fine for now. They'll try to jump on him using the Snapfire Kisses as well, but he's able to just jump away with that shard, and he's fine. After committing Mortimer's Kisses, this feels a little bit dastardly for Blacklist right now.
That's so annoying, the fact that you can just do that, you siege, and then you just stun yourself out without having to like pop your BKB or anything. You trade the Kisses for that, and now you can reset top lane if you're Lorn off, and then you just go again, right?
Yeah. Keep it up. Keep up the pressure. The only thing is Monkey King is a little bit low. Doesn't have a ton of heal, but he does have the Paladin Sword, so I'm sure he'll get up soon.
Yeah, the Paladin Sword. You got the Pipe Bar, which I guess gives something. But yeah, get the HP up and then go again. They also still have the Roshan's banner, but they are yet to commit it.
Oh, interesting. I mean, with the Mortimer's Kisses down, it feels like you can do that, but instead they are going to go... Whose shard do they really want? I see. Lorna picks it up. That is a little bit of siege as well with the flamethrower.
Definitely. Yeah, and I think that Timber is a really hard kill, you know? If Blacklist try to commit on him while he's sieging and they don't get him, that's just game over for you, I feel like.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be surprised if he's also joining the siege now together with Savage.
Right. All three of them can go up there and hit this tower, tossing the birds, and no, toss back as well, finding Tims, but he's gonna cook you away. No, you won't let him rest. Lornov will get the double, keeping on top of the supports. They'll immediately buy back on both. They need this Venom ulti for sure. There's just so much damage yet to be popped in. They've already taken the tower, fortification used, Blacklist. They will be forced to take another fight.
Yeah, they both use their buybacks, but I'm not sure Aurora really cares. They're just gonna keep going, right? Like, you still have all your BKBs, you still have the Wukong, you still have the Aegis. Like, what's stopping you? Natsumi is still hesitating to come back. Now he decides to TP, but this is a very tricky puzzle to solve if you're Blacklist.
Second fort down, but they have the Roshan banners now. This is what they've saved it for. Spear away, they find one, but the BKB, quick fingers from the Monkey King. They could lose him once here. The Mortimers are taking him down, but that's only the first life. He still has Aegis. Lorna will spread the plague, but I think his team may feel comfortable just backing out for once, waiting for the plague to stop, and going back again. No, they find the DK already. Wanted to toss him back, but they don't need it. They have the damage. No buyback for the Dragon Knight.
That's so rough, you know. Black, they just don't have the damage, right? They don't have the items. They can't. Yeah, they can't do much. Like, they get the arena jump and they get the Aegis, but it doesn't matter. They're gonna try again, but not.
Oh no, Spear completely whiffs. He's the one that ends up getting sent back. They'll drop down the Wukongs, forcing out Natsumi. That's gonna be another Rax for them. Only one remains. That keeps Blacklist away from Mega Creeps.
Yeah, Abed bites back. He doesn't even have form. Like.
Oh no.
Yeah. Yeah. This is looking really tough. Now Aurora can just go back and farm, get their next item up. You know, if they wanted to, they could wait for the next Roshan, but I don't even think they have to at this point. They could just stay on the map. They're probably gonna go for this Wisdom Rune right here in 20 seconds. And I don't even think Blacklist can come contest it.
Yeah. Blacklist started off this game so strong, fought through lanes that they really shouldn't have won, dominate the early game, and then all of a sudden just see it slip from their grasp. Now, really facing the wrath of Aurora. I don't know. What's their way back into this one for Blacklist? What item do they need? What fight do they need?
I mean, it's a lot. You know, they just need more everything. Pretty much, like, you don't have damage, you don't have the lockdown. Like, I mean, you're gonna need some way to find perfect jumps. You know, kill them, go into Roshan, get the Aegis, turn the game around like this. But it's far.
Oh, it's the winning item, Shiva's Guard.
Yeah. We'll see.
Oh no! Oh my lord! One Primal sprayed in for the Monkey King. I just watched the support disappear. Gabby in danger as well. Lorna will take another one. This Timber is too big for you, and he's gonna rip right on through the rest of Blacklist. They just can't handle him. And with only 3 left, they're gonna start sieging here on Aurora. They don't even need megas. They'll start poking around on those tier 4s.
Yeah, pretty cool move. That's definitely like a good way to play this sort of, like when you're so far ahead, you go for the fake back into smoke and 10 base. Oh, here we go again.
Oh, they're trying. Abed leading the charge, has the BKB, and then he calls it. That was just too much for him after the stun went. Yep, no, that wasn't near enough damage, huh? And they'll call it game 1 going to Aurora. That moves their streak up to 5 games in a row that they've taken down Blacklist.
Yeah, gotta feel bad for Blacklist. I feel like
Blacklist versus Aurora Gaming, and game 1, Blacklist had a strong start, weren't able to hold on to it here, and Aurora do come out with the win. They're trying so hard to get 1 win in their last 5 matchups, so we'll see if Aurora completes the 6-game clean sweep or if Blacklist will finally turn this one around.
yeah, not much special happening in the early game. Q going for the block on the small camp right now, but so far both teams hesitating quite a bit. They also got this really nice deep ward from Aurora in the bottom jungle, so they could potentially set up to get a surprise on the boundaries.
Yeah, they did play. I mean, I'm not even sure if they will be able to do something right away with that. They'll probably have to wait for the rotations to start happening. Maybe try to catch all these rotations into the mid lane.
So Blacklist going for the top side runes. This might turn into first blood.
I'm surprised they didn't step up too early. They're kind of waiting for they wanted him to step up so badly, but instead 23 actually started like kind of dancing, didn't know if he wanted to go back right away. So a good idea from Blacklist, but 23, he's safe.
He's safe, and that's a bit of a shame for Blacklist actually, because if you remember what Gabby did the first game, he used the rebuke to push the wave into the tower, right? When you do this setup as Blacklist, generally you want to do that thing as well, right? You go behind the tower, you make sure that the enemy creeps don't meet until they're in the tower, and this is gonna enable him to like get the start he needs into this SF matchup. But now he has to play without it.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, huge deny actually. SF doesn't have the best CS in level 1. he's usually using his shadow raises. So for him to just get a random deny out of that one's pretty good for him.
Yeah, it's always a bit of mental damage when it happens, you know. First time.
Let's see here. And then bot lane, we are assuming this should be good for Blacklist once again, but oh, Snapfire is actually getting traded really well up top. Oh, I wonder if there's anything you can do now. Typically versus the Slardar, these matchups, he hasn't really dumped them as much since you have this armor now on Wraithband, so it's been a little bit harder. But now, especially with a hard win such as the Naga Siren, I feel as the levels go on, how does he start to get this farm? Won't he just get pushed out of here?
The Slardar, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think he'll be fine. Like, he's definitely gonna have a respectable dagger time in this game. Like, it's not like the Naga is gonna go kill him or anything, but he's not gonna do anything to stop this Naga from having the game he wants. You know? Naga can freely move into the farm. Yeah, it's just the Naga is gonna benefit more because he clears waves and neutrals faster.
That's fair.
So like,
honestly, Nagas don't usually have that with the offlaners that are available right now. You think about like your Centaurs, your Timbersaws, like so many offlaners right now clear the Naga illusion. So to have one that lets them farm is a completely different world really for Naga Siren players.
Yeah, that's I think because the hero is like, it's not so bad in itself. It's just like what you mentioned. The pool is just so hard for him. Like half of the games you're playing is the Brewmaster, Darkseer, Sand King, Underlord. You know, like it's just tough. Like if you're not able to get like your starting kit, this hero is rough. But yeah, in a lane like this, it's definitely ideal.
This could be rough here. They get the double edge, and that'll be the kill. The snap sent, getting the first victim of the game. That's first blood going for Gabby as well. So where the other side, their offlaner is having a really hard time up here, offlaner is having a very fun time versus this SF.
That's actually really, really rough for Aurora safe lane, because now Gabby's going to have double bracer boots fairly fast, and looks like he's going to get Lotus as well because of it. And as we mentioned, like the snowball coming from the edge sooner, this is just going to enable it even more. So definitely not something you want to happen if you're Aurora. Like you expect to have at least like a good first 5 minutes here.
Man, Abed is really taking it to Lornov here. Fairy Fire Force, Flame Guard as well. Abed pretty much leaving it all on the table, but wasn't able to pick up the kill.
Yeah, Abed showing up really good once again. Last game also, he had a really solid start versus the Timber, which is not a favorite matchup for him by any means.
No.
Everything's
man,
so good for Blacklist.
This poor Slardar, man, he's just eating it. And Daniel, as you said, not really able to take creeps into the lane, so just kind of using that enchant as like a way to get free right clicks, and meanwhile just kind of heal up the Naga Siren.
Let's see. Water Rune action coming. Both supports from Blacklist potentially rotating over. But calling that this Ember definitely needs some Water Rune right now.
Right? He needs everything. He probably needs a bottle refill as well if they could get it, but they won't do it just now. They are going to give Abed even some frost armor. I mean, hey, if you can't take that creep into your lane, at least you can take it into the mid lane, but still Q one on over just to eat it up and walk away.
I mean, this is so rough for Aurora. Like, typically you would at least get punished on the silence because of this, right? But because of the matchup you have on bottom, Naga is chilling, and because of top lane you already have a first blood, so the Centaur is not in so much trouble. It doesn't really have a downside for Blacklist to make this move, and it's just gonna further make troubles on the mid lane for Lorna here.
No, just keep getting harder and harder here. This is, again, one of the two matches that we've seen a lot from Aurora. It's been the Ember and the Coddle. And unfortunately, the Ember right now is having a hard time. They had set it up. It looked like it probably was going to be an SF in the mid lane, but they did the twist. And now I think they may be regretting it a little bit. Oh. And what a hard one. At least we do have the raindrops and the stick from 23. It gets a lot easier versus the Centaur because he ends up double edging himself. He takes the damage, but you don't. So even though you are using the stacks.
Here comes the Ench. Here comes the Ench.
Oh no. From behind. Oh lord. They slow her up. Centaur available. They're gonna try to TP in the Clinks, but the creep has already done justice. He'll try to get a few raises, but he'll only get one. Sure, the creep goes away, but he served a good life.
This is such a problem for Aurora. Like, think about it from Q's perspective for a second. You have this Ember mid that is basically getting dumpstered right now because of what happened, right? And you got to Slardar versus Naga, and now your SF is struggling as well. Like, who are you gonna play with? Who are you gonna make space with? It's so tough. Like, you need to find a way to stabilize at least the mid or the top lane. I mean, you need control somewhere, right? You can't just wait for the Slaughter Dagger forever, I feel like.
Yeah. As a pause 4, you feel that a lot more. As a 5, it's like, look, I can babysit my safe laner, and I don't really care that much. But as you said, like, this Slaughter is already getting dumped. You're not going to help him out here any more than he can do on his own. So you got to go somewhere else, and, like, everything else is losing. You can't really go anywhere. He's going to start to feel a little bit lost here, I believe, on the Clinks. What item build is he going for? Do we think he just goes for the Orchid and tries to, you know, do it himself? Or maybe, I think Leipnir's a bit too greedy.
Yeah, it would have to be the Orchid, I think, right? For the Storm, mainly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't,
no.
I mean, if it gets there, right? It's already looking pretty good.
Oh, we've seen this before, of course. Last game, Blacklist also dominated the laning stage. This is what they are good at. It's just, can they hold on to it? Do they know what they did wrong last game? Did they know about the dives? Will they be able to solve that for this one? We'll see. Right now, it looks like we're going to have the same trade for the Wisdom Runes. 1 for 1.
Radiant are scanning.
Even the nice, you know, I feel like every support has like one camp stacked in the game, and it's because you go for the Wisdom and you're like, oh my goodness, there's an ancient camp here, and then you go ahead and stack it.
Right. Valve are just like, we have to put a camp there, so we promote stacking.
And let's, yeah, this mid lane matchup is a bit rough. You can see the levels, a lot of people hitting 6 already for Blacklist, still waiting on Aurora right now, and man, Crystal Maiden, just level 3. That's so hard for her right now.
But also doing a really good job, actually, keeping the siege until minute 7. He's outletting them.
They really want to push this tower. Oh my god.
Yeah,
and then go for it. Oh my goodness, Lorinov. I swear, there was an Ember there.
Yeah, and he has 2 levels on him. But if they get out now, that's really, really big.
That's huge. And you said Q. He was the one who could feel lost. He's the one that actually picks up that kill. So for this pause 4 who needs to rally his team back, that's not the best you can get. But look at the net worth. Is it a pause 4 Clinks or a pause 4 Ember?
Yeah, it's hard to tell, right? I mean, in the end, it might turn out that he's actually the mid. You know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, definitely cool move by Blacklist. A bit overconfident once again, like we saw in game 1. Like, it's good to push advantage, but they just... Oh, here we go. One more attempt from...
Oh, no! They get him right before he can pop the ulti. A huge vortex in from Abed, and he's not done yet. Look at how much damage Tims is doing. I saw it in the mid lane, and now I see it top side. This Snapfire and the Storm Spirit, the unlikely duo, making their ways across the map.
Yeah, Abed playing well. You know, as soon as he makes a mistake, he makes up for it instantly and goes to clean him up top. And, you know, Natsumi is enjoying all the space in the world. Like, sure, you get his kill on Storm, but, like, when are you going to come back? When are you going to punch them back? When are you going to walk across the river and, like, pressure this Naga? You know, we're quite far from that point, and it's not going to get easier, to be honest.
No, and it is so sad that, like, yeah, you watch the enemy mid laner die. He's been working you all game, but you didn't get any piece of that. He was already dead on the Ember whenever that kill happened, so didn't really get to reap the benefits of it. He's got to try to come back somehow. And I feel like both of these mid laners, like, they both have good core matchups in the game. Storm Spirit, of course, running through, getting on top of the Shadow Fiend, closing the gap. It's exactly what he hates. And on the other side, the Naga Siren, we said, physical damage, physical clear versus these illusions. But only one of them is actually able to capitalize on that advantage.
Yeah, 100%. And as you see, the Ember's level 6, the Ench is level 6.
Oh my goodness.
I think your best bet if you're Aurora right now is try to wait for the Blink Dagger. I don't think these runes are going to be easy to contest at all.
Oh, that's true.
The good news is, though, that Jabs has found pretty good farm for himself. So a lot is gonna come down to what happens with the Blink.
As you said, trading farm out there, and the Slaughter definitely has enough to be here in the game, so he can be pretty happy with that. However, this map can feel really weird for you here soon. This Naga Siren is going to start just throwing illusions all over the waves. You may not have the best way to deal with that since your Ember is so low right now. And if you see the Centaur plus, you know, Snapfire Storm making moves on you, I don't know how you're going to rotate to stop those.
Yeah, I mean, the Ember is the best hero to deal with the Naga, but you're going to need a Maelstrom to do that properly. And then, but if you go for the Maelstrom, then you're not going to have a Mage Slayer for the Storm or a Yule for the Storm's Orchid. Or even the Naga's Orchid. So I think if Blacklist finds a way to open these tier 1 towers, then the map is going to be looking really scary. For now, though, they're just chilling. They're waiting for their Centaur dagger. Oh, he's actually going for the Veil first, which is kind of interesting.
It's an older build.
Yeah, probably has to do with the fact that he has a Storm, right? He doesn't feel like he necessarily needs that crazy amount of catch instantly.
I like the idea on focusing on Abed's here, though, right? Because, as you said, Ember has to react so much to what the Storm is doing. If we get the Ember ahead of the Storm Spirit net, then it becomes that he's fine. He can go for those Mage Slayers. He can go for the Maelstrom. Just have to deal with other heroes. But until the Storm Spirit is below the net worth of the Ember, Lorinov is constantly going to be reacting to what Abed is doing.
100%.
So that Centaur Veil is just going to keep on amplifying that. Just Safety Bubble is a pretty good item. Barely taking any real damage to that Frostbite, and now in the mid lane. Oh my goodness, Lorinov feeling the pressure now. I think he does have a safety remnant available, and that wasn't really safe actually. That was just a remnant, and the Mortimer's Kisses are gonna take him down. Nobody can close the gap on the Snapfire, and now Q even still in danger. They'll use the Stampede, getting right on top of Q onto the tier 1 tower. It doesn't matter. He will get some extra health, only trying to tank some of the damage himself, but he will end up falling. Now, Jazz, we said he had some farm. He's definitely had to find enough time in the bot lane. We'll see just how good it was, because here comes another drag through. Can they kill Abed? A zip away. He's got a little bit more mana. Getting into the river here. Another hit, maybe? No! They don't have the damage. They're even body blocking Q. He can't get on top of him. The Storm lives, and oh, Q, he's going to give his life onto the tower.
So close.
So close indeed. At least Jabs doesn't dive. Now Aurora, it's their time to maybe aggress a bit, but you can see here with Gabby in tow, you certainly can't kill that Centaur, so their push will stop.
Almost overextension again from Blacklist. You know, at some point I have to realize enough is enough. This time they didn't get punished for it, but you know, it was darn close. I mean, all in all, really good from Blacklist. They're pushing to their advantage. Oh yeah, here we're gonna see it again.
That's hard. He's so low. It was a really far back Requiem, but he didn't have a choice, right? You step up too much, you might be the one that's getting vortexed by the Storm. Then you certainly can't step up.
Yeah. He was looking for the surprise factor a bit as well, which is...
It was surprising.
Yeah.
That's something.
And now we're gonna see Orchid on Abed in about 1,000 gold. Oh, blink review.
Do they kill him before he gets it, though? A lot of damage to smoke up. Huge timing, actually. And Lorinov gets the kill. That is going to be imperative through the rest of these picks. Can they inject him with enough net worth to get ahead of the Storm Spirit?
That's exactly what they need. Now they can set up for the 14-minute run as well. Potentially, they get an illusion on Lorinov. That means he can now play against the Orchid, you know? This is all the small wins you can get. Keep taking them if you're Aurora.
Now, as we focus in on these small wins, they're getting the big danger here on the bottom side of the map. The Naga Siren keeps getting big. Almost has the Manta. Actually gonna saw so she can pick up the rune. And TP out Natsumi. Oh my goodness.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Nice job. He even TPs to tier 2 as well. Definitely, you know, when you have such a rough game already, you know, support XP is not going to be great to begin with, and that's like, it's looking rough. If it wasn't for the Storm kill earlier for Q, he might be looking at, you know, barely scraping by level 6 at this point. So.
I mean, I tell you what, Crystal Maiden, that is a lane winner. If you're not in the laning stage anymore, it is hard. I mean, you need Force Staffs, Glimmers, Ghost Scepters, something to keep yourself alive when they find you, because in knowing Blacklist, they will. How do you keep yourself alive during all this?
Yeah, definitely gonna be tough. You're gonna have to be in a perfect position pretty much every time to be useful in a fight. But Ollie can definitely do that, but the task he has in front of him is it's not easy.
No, not at all. And this one is a 5,000 net worth lead. I believe similar still to what we saw in game number 1. But it's I think we eventually, that first really bad fight that they took, it was by the Wisdom Rune. So this time Natsumi, not a Weaver. Poor Weaver that's just running through there. That was a full-blown Naga Siren. Sono the Siren, making sure that they don't have any issue whatsoever. So far, learning from their mistakes right now on Blacklist. We'll see if they can keep it coming.
You know, it's kind of funny. Last game, they went for this tier 2 dive under, you know, on the tier 2 with the Gabi Blink, and this time it's like, screw it, I'm not buying Blink. We're not doing that move again. Now I get to minute 15, they're gonna do a different. Just kidding, of course. But I feel like, seriously though, they have the safety blanket in Naga this game. He's going to be able to provide so much vision, and he's going to give them the late game factor as well. They don't necessarily have to clutch as much. They just have to play solid, you know, play around the info that Naga's giving you. People are going to have to show on the waves eventually, and then you're going to be able to calculate the numbers properly. You don't need to take these insane risks to make this game. If you keep the pressure on the map, you will get really good openings eventually.
It's the epitome of a 4+1 lineup in this one. If they can bring the Naga along, let her really cut these waves before they even see a tower, it's where you're going to get these map advantages. And you can see here, Ollie, no, okay, they almost lived maybe on the Crystal Maiden, but no escape for them. A tier 2 tower now being sieged in Blacklist. A nice move as they, again, enable this aggressive farm of the Naga Siren.
I do want to highlight as well that the vision put up by Blacklist is actually not that great at this point. They have a fraction of the map they're controlling, basically the bottom rune pretty well, but ideally you would like to control at least one of the jungles for Aurora, right? Either the big jungle up top or like a ward. Now they got a ward around the dire offlane ancients, which is good. But this is not going to help you kill the SF. It's not going to help you kill the Ember or the Quince. It's basically just a slaughter. We'll see.
I was going to say it's hyper-focusing on the Naga game, but the Naga's over here. She's not even using that vision, really. Oh, trying to bait them out here. Do they know? He thinks he knows which one it is, but...
Oh, they don't know. They don't know.
Oh, no. Oh, okay. With the smoke, they know. Okay. Didn't break on it, which means that is not the real one. So fancy fingers there from Natsumi. They baits him out and gets himself away.
Definitely a scary moment right there.
And with that one, I mean, Naga is just propelling herself in the net worth, and it's not like she's leaving her team behind either. Sometimes we see this where it's, you know, a Naga with 10k net worth, and then your poor mid and offlane are just begging for scraps because they haven't seen a creep in minutes. But not this time. This one, your team is out on the map getting shit done. And, well, for Blacklist, I don't even know if they have to think about Roche for a while. I think as long as they keep choking out this map, and there's just no real item answer from Aurora that I'm seeing that stops what's happening to them. Right? There's just like obliterating burst, catch out from the trees. I feel the only thing that can really help you out here is playing on vision and getting a really nice snipe on the Storm Spirit again. Yeah,
potentially reel them in again, like you did last game. I mean, you've got the double Orchid now, you got the Blink. The Blacklist, they don't really want to slow down for the Roche at this point. They just want to keep going for kills, keep controlling the map. I mean, obviously they will go for the Roshan at some point, but it will be better for them to get some kills first, right?
Right. I feel like you could probably wait until, what, 23, maybe even 25 minutes if you really want to, just because keeping Aurora off the map, that is so much more important than getting Roshan, because I honestly feel you can do everything that you want to right now, whether or not you have an Aegis.
Yeah, definitely.
They are smoked up here. Seen Daniel in the mid lane, but I don't know if he's really the one that you wanted. Oh, they jumped through with the crush. I mean, they could kill him, surely, under tier 1. Asking for the TPs, knows that if his friends come help him, surely they can still take this fight. Aurora, they're still holding their ground before the SF. He'll actually pop the ulti, just to throw it out there and let you know he's still got it. But they do get one kill, now trying to siege this tier 1 tower.
Yeah, good move by Aurora, you know. The mistake a lot of teams are making when they're behind like this is they try to go for 3 or 4-man moves. This time they got 5.
The ulti out from the SF, just eliminating Gabby. They were so far ahead, but the BKB early timing here really from 23, and they just eliminate, man, that offlaner. Well done from Aurora. They don't get the tower, but I think he'll take that victory.
Really good job by Aurora. Like you can see it once again. They're really decisive on their timings, even though the game is it's a bit tough for them. You know, when they commit hard, and this is the difference here. Also, I have to stress the fact that Blacklist, they have a major vision problem. Like, this is nighttime, they don't see anything in this fight.
Well, they see it clinks, but is that enough? They're going onto the slaughter right now. It seems they'll lose to right away. There's no BKB on 23. There's no ulti on 23. You can all in on the SF, and Lorna trying to step forward for him. Another raise. Is this enough for them to win this one? Jabs falls. Abed dancing on him with the double kill, trying to TP away. Can they get him? No, he TP's out. They'll get 4 unanswered so far. At least, oh no, it's going to be a team wipe now.
Damn, that's actually a 4v5, aside from the fact, you know, the biggest deal there being the SF not having a BKB, but Gabby was completely, he was not there in the fight, he was dead already, right? The difference in this fight compared to what happened earlier is that you have the Naga illusion scouting for you. You're able to get the jumps that you want and need. As we'll see here, the Naga is going first. He's not really too concerned about dying, finds the Quinks, and now Abed is free. He can just go on the slaughter, right? He doesn't have to be scared about getting stun locked anymore because, you know, he's taking one of them out. And that's just how it goes. When you get clean jumps, you have vision.
Yeah, that was a very ambitious walk forward there on the slaughter. Just didn't really feel like he had the beef, the BKB, the anything to kind of stand his ground there. So unfortunate that they lose that first. And as you said, there was no Centaur there for the first fight, but this one, bringing him on in, they definitely are working it. And Aurora, they're going to smoke up. Feel like a Roche is coming, sure, but can they actually defend it?
It's gonna be tough, especially with this tier 1 tower standing up. You have very limited angles here.
Dire's top tower
You do get the ward out. It's gonna be the order.
Yeah, that was going to be something that maybe got them back in, but instead now a smoke up as 5 Aurora. They still haven't found anybody from Blacklist, and honestly, for Blacklist, any jump is okay. At least making this a 5v4 fight should be enough to win for you, but instead on Aurora, it feels like they need a core. Just taking out a support is not enough.
Yeah, I feel like this is a bit more tense than what Blacklist would have hoped for. Like, Abad is 300 gold from BKB at this point. So they would really like to finish that before they engage in a big fight for sure. So better to just play under pressure. I mean, what Aurora could do is basically, they could go into the Roshan right now, but with all their waves pushing and stuff, it's definitely a risk. We'll see. Abed, he's not going to have his BKB in time. He's still 50 gold away. So this might be the moment of truth.
The gloves getting thrown in. All they needed to do is send out a creep to scout and jabs. Oh, can he TP away? He's sitting in the fire. Oh my goodness, the scatter blast at the very last second. That kills it. Tibbs, he's smiling about that one. Knows. Free kill for him and now free Roach for his team.
Damn. Really heads up play by points. I feel like most, or a lot of force wouldn't have done that play right. They needed some space, they needed some disruption for Abed to be able to finish BKB, and they got exactly that, right? Even gets a slaughter kill on top. I can still respect Aurora for going for this play. You know, they need some way to fight back in this game because their Naga solutions, it's not gonna be easier, right? Like,
yeah,
you're gonna need a jacked Ember, but like, how are we gonna get there?
Right? I don't know. I feel they didn't really make enough moves around the map to kind of enable themselves with that Roche. You can see how little Blacklist actually needed to commit in order to get it. They threw one creep in and they were like, oh, I know what's happening. Mortimer's kisses go out. Okay, we got a free kill on the starter. Like, it was so easy for them because there was just nothing showing on the map. They knew that, you know, Aurora, they hadn't actually left yet.
Yeah, and it just shows how good, I mean, well drafted by Blacklist. They got this Naga. I mean, imagine you have a support on Aurora that could deal with this Naga. Let's say you have a Lion or something. You can show him somewhere and deal with the waves. That's going to make things less obvious and going to change the entire scenario. But that's Dota for you, you know? Push the advantages that you have.
And this advantage, a 2-minute faster butterfly here for the Naga Siren. That's, well, they don't have a ton of magic damage because of how rough the SF has had it. So almost all their clear on the Naga illusions is physical damage. So it's going to be even harder now for them to get any Naga kills. This could be the push that they need. Really stifle the map, get these tier 2 towers out. I don't think you can kill anybody here on Blacklist right now.
Yeah, I really like the butterfly. Like, screw this hard. Like, your illusions are not really gonna die. They're gonna die to Requiem or Ember, sure. But if they show themselves, they're just gonna be food for this Abed Storm. So yeah, I really like the offensive approach. This is gonna mean that he can kill tower fasters. Sorry, can't speak right now. He's gonna kill towers faster, and he's gonna kill heroes faster, and eventually, you know, more map pressure.
Yeah. Now the map pressure is so important. With the Aegis, it feels like you can't really all in the storm at all, and that was really what we said. What can they do even here to try to take down Blacklist? And it was, you know, all in that storm. So without that in their pocket, I feel Aurora, they just have to somehow wait these 3 minutes out. Get some pressure, and instead it looks like they will lose the starter, but this was pretty far away from any tower, so even if he does fall here, which I'm sure he will, a few more hits, jump through from Abed actually onto the low ground. Jazz, is he dancing? Oh, actually he gets the blink away.
That's some nice moves from the fish. I mean, well done
Oh
by
my
Jabs.
goodness. That's crazy. I feel like so much of that was just really unfortunate, honestly, for Blacklist. Ahmed zips onto the low ground, waiting for a Slardar to arrive at his arms, and he's just on the high ground.
Yeah, 100%. At the same time, though, they were able to kill Q in the top lane with Naga. And I wanted to mention as well that Jano has finished a full Hurricane Pike, so this guy is not to be disrespected in a team fight. You know, like if you're not dealing with him as well, he's gonna be able to kill pretty much anybody.
Dire's top tower is under
No, he
attack.
can definitely do it. I feel like it's just the natural like Enchantress item too. You're able to just got a Hurricane Pike, anybody do a ton of damage. And we talked a little bit about like how fragile this Aurora lineup is, and I tell you what, a Hurricane Pike Enchantress is gonna love that a lot.
100%, yeah. So yeah, Blacklist going from tier 2 to tier 2. Definitely what they're playing it very well now with the Sages. Keeping the map pressure up and yeah, it's not like they need to kill heroes to get these towers necessarily, right? It's just gonna be like a textbook macro. How do we do with Aegis? Enemies are dodging us, you know. And this also removes a lot of the random factors that could happen, right?
Yeah. Anytime you can slow siege safely, right? Sometimes that's coming from a Leshrac, sometimes it's coming from a Dragon Knight. In this case, it might be the safest thing. Your damage amps so much when you have this butterfly on the Naga Siren. So once again, Jabs coming down bottom, trying to bait everybody away. He's just doing his best to keep them away. I don't know if he actually needed to do that though. He was in the trees, showed himself to Yules, and then tried to TP away. Unfortunately, that does equal death for poor Jabs, but as you said, it's just trying to keep people away from these towers, trying to get your team some time, especially this SF.
Radiant's top tower is under
Yeah,
attack.
nice attempt from Jabs, but in the end, they catch him. But it was really fast. Thanks to the ward played by General earlier, they were able to get the kill on Slardar and Abed's reactions, of course. Now we're looking into potential wisdom scenario here, so it would be nice if Lorenov could try to steal this, but since the tier 1 is up, it's not an easy task.
No, I mean, he shows himself for sure. There's still Aegis only available for 20 seconds. I feel, honestly, they wouldn't feel too bad on Blacklist going back, making sure they secure the wisdom, but you also lose so much on the map if you do it. So it looks like, no, Natsui's actually wanting to come back. Oh no, Lorenov, he's got to pop the BKB. He wants to stay here actually for the wisdom. He'll get it. And then he just remnants away. This does mean his BKB is down. So unfortunate for him. Is the wisdom worth it?
I mean, hard to say. Could be worse, right? Like,
Yeah.
you're gonna have to use the BKB for something, and I don't think you're gonna walk into a fight. I mean, it sucks to be your 9-second charge, but in the end, you know, it could be worse.
That's fair. I mean, it's definitely better than death. But we'll see if Blacklist actually punish this. Honestly, if they don't force Lorenov into a BKB, forced position, then it is worth, because he's not at a threat to use it. He'll keep skating the fights and be fine. But if they do walk up this high ground and there's a Centaur stun that catches out an Ember, he'll be hurting, and the wisdom would not be worth it.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower has fallen.
We'll see here. Still waiting. Get a pick off. Maybe they found it. Jump in on 23. Popping the BKB. Baiting the Requiem, but doesn't have to pop it just yet. Another BKB down from Aurora. They don't have Aegis right now on Blacklist, but they may not need it to push this high ground.
Yeah, they know that there's 2 of the BKBs are on cooldown right now, so actually Abed is gonna choose to TP back, clear up this wave instead.
I
They-
like
they don't-
that from Clinks, right?
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
force it out.
Yeah, it's good. You just need to keep dodging, even if you die as the Clinks, right? Like, you need to give your team some space.
Yeah.
And at the same time, Blacklist, you don't need to keep stressing it. Like, you can sit on this choke that you have, wait for daytime, press smoke on daytime, and look for kills. Play some really deep vision, like the one they have up top and towards the end of the map. Put vision like this. You'll be able to find kills eventually when Aurora tries to grab some farm, and then eventually you'll get a Roshan, or Aurora is gonna try to do something desperate, and then you're ready.
Yeah, desperation. Desperation is what really is the name of the game right now. We felt a little bit stressed last game from Blacklist. They made some really rough moves and they put themselves into a desperate situation, but now it's Aurora on the back foot, feeling the stress, feeling the pressure, and even though there isn't an Aegis available, these Naga illusions, they just don't have a way to deal. As you said, there's no Lion. There's nothing that can really clear these for free. It's all really up to 23, and boy, he just doesn't have it in him right now. Oh, okay, Abed, he's finding the Clinks here, has the dust down already. Will take out the Clinks for sure, yes, but Lornov, is he able to get anything in return? I don't think so. Now the Hurricane Pike as well. Lornov, oh no, trying to dodge all these impetuses. I think he's fine for now.
Abed does what Abed does best, right? Pushing his hero's limit. And walks into 2 heroes, kills one of them, and gets out. And now we see Natsumi as well, going on jabs.
Yeah, he already used the Yule Scepter to set up here. Now trying to TP away. Oh, but Natsumi, he knew. He didn't see him walk up here, so knows there's only one place the starter can be. Cancels his TP from no vision and gets the kill on jabs.
Very heads up by Natsumi. Just spending that song without even seeing him. I mean, at this point, you're not really worried about wasting a cooldown, right? Even if you lose a song or a BKB poorly or something like this.
Yeah.
You're not really going to be scared of taking a fight regardless, just because how strong you are. So, really good job by him.
Yeah, it's not quite like in this fight. There's no big ultis that you really need to stop, or you don't have a disruptor on your team that you need to set up with. You really are allowed to use some of the Siren for picks, which has to be one of the best feelings you can have as a Naga Siren.
Yeah, I mean, this game feels great right now for Blacklist.
25,000 net right now on the Naga Siren, just continuing to grow. And for Aurora, it doesn't feel like they have the easy answers. Poor Starter trying to do what he can just to live through this one. Booting up the Ags next, but it's going to take some time. Lornov is supposed to be my wave clear hero, but he's actually got the... Okay, he's got the Gleipnir and going for a Radiance in this one. Is that the answer? Because it does feel this Naga Siren, it's all physical protection. We just now got the heart, so maybe it could work.
Could work, but the question is, when do you get it?
Yeah, that's true.
And are you going to be able to stay in the fights long enough, right? Like, after your BKB, what happens then? I mean, I think he has on the right track here, but...
Yeah.
The question is it going to be too little, too late type of thing?
I mean, at this point, for Aurora, they may need to start just focusing down supports. Now, SF does have an MKB, so they're not worried. They're not going after supports. They are figuring out how on earth do we kill this Naga Siren. Maybe they have the tools now.
Yeah,
Smoking
like
didn't.
If you're able to get on the Naga somehow, like now you actually have the chance to kill him, and this could be a way of turning a fight. I mean, you would need. You will need the perfect scenario, but if you get it, you have a chance.
It's more the lockdown, right? Because as you said, you don't need your song to set up anything. So we saw use for picks, but in the same vein, you can use it to save yourself. So unless you chain stun this guy, he still might not die.
Yeah, it's tough. He's also got the blood for now, thinking about the next item, looking at Hex. I mean, yeah, and okay, Q's about to die.
Oh, poor guy. He's trying to get some farm in the side lane. Does end up going down. I feel back and forth about it because, yeah, like he dragged everybody away, but this team is still so mobile, right? Like Storm is just going to be back in an aggressive part of the map right away. Won't take him much time at all. Lornov now. Oh, Gabby. Looks like he's safe for now on Lornov. They did all miss him. Except for this courier that might find him soon. But it doesn't matter. They're just taking rush.
I might see him walking over this floor. Actually, he's going for the wave.
Going for wave. They're all just portaling down to Roshan, making sure that Natsumi doesn't get caught out. He'll get the Aegis in for the second time this game. Blacklist, they are looking to push with that extra life. But they did give it to the Naga Siren, which is slightly interesting. As we said, their game plan now should be on Aurora to nuke down this Naga Siren. That's what they've itemized for. But with the Aegis on her, it's so much harder again.
Yeah, it is. And I mean, if you're gonna kill her once, you're gonna have to spend your BKBs, and then it's a tough thing. Like, this just enables her to siege so much easier.
Yeah.
I mean, you still have a chance if you're Aurora, but it's tough. Like, you're gonna have to find a way to poke the Aegis with your spells. Like, it's gonna be the Ember, CM stuff, and with a starter jump, SF right clicking you. But first, you have to find the right one, right?
Yeah.
Oh, there's a banner as well.
Right, this is just going to make things even more difficult. These illusions are going to slow siege. They don't have to show the Storm Spirit at all. He's your next target, knowing that there's an Aegis on the Naga Siren. Certainly Storm would be your next hopeful pick, but he's not going to show. He's going to be all the way back, just waiting to see what happens. And they're just going to keep taking this tower. If Aurora, if they don't do anything, they will just lose their 2-3 for free.
Yeah, and they're playing it very patient here on Blacklist, waiting for all the pressure they can. Mid and top lane pushing in as well.
Waiting for sure. Seeing if there's any opening, but currently, I suppose they have battled back the Naga Siren. They're not going to be more content in taking a split push to throwing all the illusions down on one lane. I don't know if this is going to make things any better. They're actually starting to clear the Naga illusions.
They're playing it very slow on Blacklist. Going for a smoke, actually. Preemptive smoke without information. They're hoping to find 23 here. Which they might actually at this point. Yeah, they have the Hex on Abed.
He's about to show on the wave here. Could jump forward. Abed, as you said, with the Hex and with the Mortimer's Kisses. Do they have any way to save him? They don't. 23 just falls, and his team will be nowhere close to save him. It was a little bit greedy maybe to go for that side camp, but Blacklist, they play it perfectly. Find the pick, and now this high ground feels free for Blacklist.
Yeah, really good job. I mean, it was a bit of a gamble going for that smoke, but at the same time, you need to farm something if you're Aurora, and Blacklist, they completely read it.
Yeah.
And yeah, this is gonna be minimum 2 lanes. I feel like.
Another Hex, but they have the Orchid able to get Abed out of there. Sure, he doesn't have Aegis. It is on the Naga Siren for now, but they have no shot killing Natsumi at the moment.
Natsumi sending out Abyssal as well. With still 30 seconds to go on the SF.
Right.
They might even go for Megas before he's up, to be honest.
It'll be close. They have the Meteor Hammer on the Storm Spirit helping out with that push, but there's no fortification left. Natsumi waiting, just able to poke these down. Stun through from Jabs, has to be able to poke through this one, but he doesn't have a BKB. He's gonna get hexed up. Yolo's up at the very last second. They may actually be able to kill the first life of the Naga Siren. Yes, they will. Tim's goes down as well, so a support out. Aegis gone, but they still don't have your SF for 7 seconds. Jabs finally falls. He's been so integral in getting these pokes, getting these openings for his team. Without him, I don't know if the SF is enough.
Yeah, not bad from Aurora, I have to say. They were able to get the Aegis and kill the Snap on top of that, but yeah, it's just too much, right? It's like this Naga, when he loses Aegis, he picks up a full new item, and it's not like Blacklist have to go back. You know, they're just gonna sit here. You're still facing the same problem for Aurora.
Nothing has really changed here. Still waiting on the high ground, still waiting to push out these Naga illusions, and this is where it feels suffocating. Naga's just going to keep sending these up. You have super creeps coming through, so it's not like your creeps are going to naturally push either. And you don't really have anything yourself to push. It's going to have to be throwing bodies, right? Naga's sending illusions. We don't care if these things end up dying. For your team, you're sending up heroes if you want to get these lanes pushed. They did a good job here.
Yeah, Jabs did a good job baiting everything out, you know. He's got the Ag, so it's extra tanky, and Lornoff taking advantage, killing the Snapfire in the back. You get the Aegis, but yeah, without SF it's just too hard, right?
BKB, he was able to wait a while before he was able to press it on Abed, so kept himself alive for sure. 23, it's a hard game for him as well. He does have the Satanic, I believe, if he really wants. Oh no, he's just a little bit of gold away. So close, and it'll certainly help him. He may even have the upper hand versus the Naga Siren at that point, but not versus the whole of Blacklist rivalry.
Yeah, I mean, if he's able to deal with the illusions, then he can definitely man-fight the Naga, I feel like. At least during his PvP, but still needs a little bit of gold. Maybe with Satanic there's a chance.
Oh, jump through, Hex up on the SF. Can you save him? They drop the Lotus on him, trying to get away. Pop the BKB, pop the ulti, but he doesn't have enough. The BKB still on Gabby. They'll take down 3 immediately for Blacklist, and Aurora will have to sit and watch. What can Lorinov do? Because he's all on his lonesome, sitting there with the Clinks, and they'll call it GG. Game number 2, Blacklist. They hold on this time. They build the lead and they keep it, and they'll even out this series 1-1, grabbing their first win versus Aurora in 5 games.
Yeah, the curse is finally broken. Really good job by Blacklist. I think they understood their strategy